Hey there, welcome to the Movement Clinic. My name is Emily and today I'm taking you through Crescent Lunge or High Lunge. This is part of our Warrior One family of poses or series of poses. So if you have not already, I highly suggest that you go and check out Chandrasana or the low lunge tutorial because it feeds directly into this. We're going to be doing all of the same things except our back leg just looks a little bit different, right? And the actions with our back leg are more engaged. So if you haven't already, hit pause, please go and check out Chandrasana. If you don't have time, do it at some point and we will jump right into this. All right, so with Crescent Lunge, just like with the rest of our Warrior One series of poses, our hips are working to square towards the top of the mat. Just like in Chandrasana, it's the same setup with the front of the leg, the same idea of pressing down into the front foot to help lift us, the curling of the sit bones, the lifting of the pit of the belly, all of that stuff is the same. The work in the legs is the same, or the rotation of the legs is the same. The only difference is that the back knee is lifted and we're in a high lunge instead of with the back knee softly landed on the mat. So let's get started. I always start with my right foot forward. Let's do left today. So we're gonna start in a low lunge. I have both of my fingers planted inside of my left foot. And I have space between my feet. So this hip width distance, the bony hip width distance that gives us a little bit more stability side to side, especially as we lift this back knee. If you've ever felt super wobbly in your lunges, it might be because your front foot and back knee are close to being in one line. This really demands a lot more balance side to side. If we give ourselves a little bit of a wider berth, not only does it allow for easier squaring of the hips to the top of the mat, but it also allows for a little bit more balance and stability. So check out that alignment with all of these Warrior One series of poses. We want that bit of space in between the feet or the front foot and the back leg. And now lift the pit of the belly up and in, curl your sit bones under, really press into that front foot to really feel this front glute fire on, especially the lower fibers of your gluteus maximus. Roll the tops of both thighs to the left. Keep that, squeeze your shin bones in, tuck your back toes under, press your back heel back and down to lift the knee. So back thigh is pressing up powerfully. Inner back thigh is pressing up powerfully as we roll the tops of the thighs to the left. Now, by the power of pressing down into the feet, begin to lift the torso. Place your hands on your hips to start. Feel those bony hip points. See if you can start to move them closer to squaring to the top of the mat and being level in space, right? So kind of feel your way into that. Now, lift the low belly. It might be a lot easier at first to have a soft bend in that back knee as that left hip or right hip flexor rather starts to open up. This is really strong in the legs, so we're going to focus there. Now, feel this buoyancy, this firmness of pressing down into the feet. It's almost like creating that lift in the upper body to reach up. And as much as you would like, begin to press your back heel back and down even more to press the leg towards straight. It is not a requirement. You can have a soft bend in that knee for forever. And then lengthen front and back of the heart through the crown of the head. Maybe start to send your pelvis forward in space any amount to begin to stack your left knee on top of your left ankle. Good. Let's try the other side. Right foot forward, left leg back. You can start in this low lunge variation. Back toes tucked. Make sure there's some width in between the front foot and back knee. Press down into the front foot. Feel your butt fire on a little bit. So if you're not feeling it, maybe press down a little harder, lift the low belly, curl the sit bones under, roll the tops of both thighs to the right. With the back toes tucked under, press the back heel back and down powerfully. This is just to kind of give us this firm base to start with so that we can lift up the torso with some stability. So by the power of pressing down into the feet, hug the shin bones in, lift up, curl up from the pit of the belly, maybe soften that back knee, hands on hips, wrap the outer left hip forward, draw the right hip back and down to move the hips towards squaring to the top of the mat. Keep that back knee bent if you would like, or maybe start to press the back heel back and down. Maybe start to send your pelvis forward in space any amount, curl the sit bones under, lift the belly up and in. Keep those low ribs absorbed as you lengthen out through the fingertips. Find lots of lift through the side bodies. And breathe. Excellent. So that is your high lunge or crescent lunge for yoga. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any requests, I am all ears. I look forward to seeing you next time at the Movement Clinic.